The Dallas Mavericks didn't just beat the Toronto Raptors, they dominated every minute of this game. Anthony Davis was a maestro on both ends of the court, dishing dimes, controlling the tempo, and anchoring the defense. Klay Thompson brought vintage shooting magic, and the supporting cast, locked in, every cut, every screen, every shot, perfectly executed. If you love detailed NBA breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. Your support keeps this channel alive and thriving. The Mavericks wasted no time asserting themselves. Anthony Davis opened the game with a high post setup, scanning the floor like a point guard. He took 2 deliberate dribbles toward the elbow, then quickly turned and fired a perfect bounce pass to PJ Washington, cutting baseline for a soft lay-in, an early sign of Davis's vision and feel. On the next possession, Davis ran a dribble handoff with Klay Thompson, who curled off the screen and nailed a clean jumper from the wing. Klay was in rhythm early, the ball barely brushed the net. The Raptors scrambled defensively, already late on rotations. Toronto tried to answer with Scottie Barnes, who fought through contact in the lane for a tough finish over Daniel Gafford. Then Agbaji added a slick step-back jumper over Dante Exum. But the Raptors' defense couldn't contain the Mavs' movement. The ball zipped from corner to wing to top of the key, and Lawson, just checked in, drained a catch-and-shoot 3 from the left corner with zero hesitation. Max Christie followed with a slithery baseline drive, finishing with a lefty scoop off the glass. Then Gafford came alive, grabbing an offensive rebound in traffic and dunking it home with 2 hands, igniting the Dallas bench. Late in the quarter, Anthony Davis controlled the glass and pushed in transition. He drew a defender in the lane and dropped off a no-look pass to Brandon Williams, who soared for a smooth finger roll. The Mavericks closed the first quarter with a double-digit lead, firing on all cylinders: ball movement, shooting, hustle, and defensive pressure. It was a tone-setting start. The Mavericks kicked off the second with energy and efficiency. Dante Exum took control of the tempo, orchestrating the offense with poise. He found Max Christie curling off a pin-down screen. Christie rose with confidence and splashed another jumper from mid-range. On the next trip down, Anthony Davis once again flexed his versatility. He caught the ball at the top of the arc, jabbed to his left, then drove hard to his right, drawing 2 defenders before zipping a bounce pass to PJ Washington for an easy dunk. Davis was seeing the floor like a true floor general. Meanwhile, Klay Thompson went full vintage mode. He came off a tight screen on the right wing, caught it in rhythm, and drilled a high-arching 3 right over Gradey Dick's outstretched arm. Moments later, he did it again, same spot, same result. The Raptors tried to fight back, with Scottie Barnes muscling into the paint for a pair of buckets, but it wasn't enough. Dallas kept the pressure on. Max Christie nailed a 3 after a sharp skip pass from Davis. Then Lawson picked the pocket of Barnes and raced down for a transition slam, energizing the crowd. Every possession felt like a clinic: inside-out passing, unselfish ball movement, smart cuts, and relentless pace. By halftime, the Mavericks had built a commanding 66-48 lead. They were shooting 63% from the field and had assisted on 19 of their 25 made shots, complete domination. The third quarter belonged to Anthony Davis. His timing, IQ, and command of the floor were on full display. Early in the quarter, Davis controlled a rebound and led the break himself. With 2 Raptors backpedaling, he split them with a bounce pass to Max Christie, who finished high off the glass with his left. Next possession, Davis posted up against Precious Achiuwa, used a shoulder fake to create space, and banked in a soft turnaround jumper. Then came his highlight sequence. Davis ran a pick and roll with Lawson, drew a double team, spun back baseline, and as help collapsed, he whipped a behind-the-back pass to Daniel Gafford for an explosive 2-handed dunk. The crowd went wild. It was the pass of the night. Klay Thompson continued his efficient shooting, this time coming off a stagger screen and hitting a 1-dribble pull-up at the top of the key. Exum added another 3 after a beautiful extra pass from Christie, who was reading the floor like a veteran. The Raptors had no rhythm. Gradey Dick and Jontay Porter tried to keep them afloat, but their shots were rushed and their movement stiff. Even when Barnes attacked the rim, he was met with strong contests from Gafford and Davis, who anchored the paint all night. The Mavericks closed the third with a flurry. Lawson hit another deep 3, and Davis delivered his 9th assist, a bullet pass to PJ Washington for a baseline jumper. The Mavericks led 96-67 heading into the fourth, and the game was effectively over. With the starters resting, the Mavericks bench continued to shine. Jaden Hardy entered and wasted no time, dribbling into a smooth mid-range jumper that kissed off the glass. Then he found Dante Exum in the corner for yet another triple. Even deep into the rotation, Dallas remained crisp. Garrett Temple cut backdoor behind a sleeping defender, received a dime from Brandon Williams, and finished with a reverse layup. On defense, the Mavericks never let up. Olivier Maxence Prosper denied the baseline, and Greg Brown 3 cleaned up the glass. Even with Toronto pushing late, Grady Dick and Jamison Battle chipped in a few buckets, it was never close. Daniel Gafford returned to protect the rim late, swatting away a layup attempt from DJ Carden, who had tried to sneak in a quick drive. The final exclamation point came when AJ Lawson pulled up in transition and swished a 3, putting the Mavs up by 24 with under 2 minutes left. Dallas cruised to a 124-102 victory, closing their regular season on a high note. Anthony Davis finished with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists, just one dime shy of a triple-double. Klay Thompson dropped 14 points on sharp shooting. AJ Lawson added 13, Christie had 12, and Exum poured in 11. It was team basketball at its finest. The Mavericks looked like a playoff-ready squad tonight, unselfish, focused, and deadly on both ends. Anthony Davis was a true leader, and the rest of the roster played their roles to perfection. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more in-depth NBA game coverage, don't forget to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. Your support keeps this channel going strong, especially with the playoffs around the corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.